Good morning, everybody.
All right, welcome back. Brandyn Dunn.
Prem Tripathi, we're the Face Duo.
And today we are talking about the 3 most underrated surgeries.
Which I perform much better than you do.
That's impossible.
Okay.
Imposterous.
Okay.
Okay.
Imposterous.
Is that a
Okay.
word?
No.
Okay.
Let's do the first one.
Okay.
You want to do the first one? Let's say it together.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
1, 2,
3.
Chin implants. We planned that one. Okay, go.
No, we didn't.
You go. You do that.
Okay. I think chin implants are probably one of the most underrated surgeries. And the reason is because it's unassuming. Most people have no idea that you've even gotten that done. And it really just helps to harmonize and balance your face. Totally. I don't think there's a single surgery out there that does it where it makes it seem as natural and just kind of like fades away into something that looks like you were born with this. And it's not a big deal. So yeah.
Totally agree. I mean, it just balances the face so well. Some people think they have a big nose and really they just need a little chin implant in there. It can be done in the office. If you hate it one day, you can take it out and throw it away. You know, it's reversible. I really
wouldn't recommend you taking it out.
No, they shouldn't take it, throw it away.
Yeah.
We can take it away and throw it away. Or we can switch it out to a different size.
Right.
But I'll tell you, the revision rate, I feel like, for chin implants is probably very, very low.
Yeah.
It's generally a well-tolerated procedure. People like the result. It's the only challenge I'll say is that because it's underrated, you just aren't necessarily aware of it, right? You look at yourself in 2 dimensions. You generally look at yourself from the front, not from the side. So you might be imminently aware of it because of social media and taking pictures, but overall, it is something that we as plastic surgeons tend to recommend more than people are coming in for it, just for facial balancing. So don't be offended if we kind of pick on you a little bit.
That's the one thing I would say. People are a little bit apprehensive because they come in and they have an idea of what they would be a good candidate for. And then we say, well, have you thought about this? And honestly, I wish more people maybe took the leap of faith to be able to do it. But I mean, overall, eventually you get there. I think a lot of people start with chin filler, which is like a nice introductory. And then if you like it and you just don't want to continue to maintain it, then hey, chin implant's a great option.
Yeah. I agree. And then the other thing to remember is that it's not like breast implants, right? Breast implants, you do need to switch them out. I can't remember how maybe every 10 years or something. 15. This is a solid block of silicone. It's not reactive. It doesn't usually, the risk of infection is pretty low. You don't have to change it out after 10 or 15 years. There are some small risks associated with it, but in general, it's really not a risky procedure. So I'm all for chin implants. I'm all in.
Yeah. You need, have you had filler?
A lot of filler.
Oh my God. Yeah. Let's do it. Should we do it today?
No, I'm not letting you do it. Okay.
Number 2. Should we do this again or do you want to just?
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
In office bleph.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll do, you do you.
Me first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I would say that's very polite of you. In office blephs are probably one of the
upper eyelids.
Oh yeah. Upper eyelid. Some people call them eyelid lifts. It's kind of a misnomer. It's not actually really called an eyelid lift, but anyway, upper eyelid blepharoplasty or in-office blephs basically just take off a pinch of skin of the upper eyelid
and fat in the corners.
Yeah, it can be. Typically, that's if you're a little bit older and that fat has become more prominent. But minimal downtime, very, very well tolerated. Yeah. Pretty much painless, I would say. You feel maybe a smidge in the beginning, but the rest of it is really not much. I'd say 3 to 5 days of downtime. You probably want to take it easy for about a week or so. But after that, I'd say most people are back to most activities pretty quickly. The other thing I would say is it's like inconspicuous. It's the thinnest skin in the body and it heals so well in a natural crease. It's fantastic. Yeah.
I agree with some of that. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I will say I think the downtime is a little more depending on how bad you bruise. So I usually tell people a week, just to prep them for it. But no, nobody's gonna know you got a bleph. Yeah, sure. Nobody's gonna know you had a bleph once it's all healed and said and done. I don't think anyone's gonna notice, even though it's right in the middle of your face. It's your eyes. It's just gonna look like you got a full night of sleep and look more refreshed. So I agree with that. I say lip lifts because again, it's more about balance and harmony, right? A lot of people don't know about the procedure. They know when people look nice. They know when their lips look pouty or sexy, or when the upper lip isn't as long. But I think it's underrated just for that reason, right? It's a facial balancing. A poutier upper lip, a shorter lower third of your face, balanced with the chin. These things you can't really pinpoint. You can just tell that they look a little nicer. But as long as the scar heals well or you laser it, I think it's a very underrated procedure because so many people are candidates for it. They don't know it's available. They're getting lip filler, trying to make their lips look a little bit better or more youthful, and ends up doing the opposite. They look, bizarre.
Yeah. And I'd say bad lip filler is the one thing out in the world that makes this entire industry look
terrible.
bad.
Yeah.
And so I think if people knew about lip lifts, then they would maybe do a little bit. It doesn't mean if you have a lip lift, it doesn't give you as much volume as lip filler can give you. So I think if you have a lip lift, it shortens the distance to the upper lip. It gives you a little bit more volume. So you may still need a little bit of filler afterwards to just give you a little bit more fullness and hydration to the lip. But I think overall, I think it is a much more natural looking appearance than something just like lip filler trying to build that height, and it just looks weird.
Yes.
Don't do it.
And don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
And it can be done in the office too. That's the nice thing. Lip lifts are done in the office.
Yeah.
They're not painful. It takes 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Fairly straightforward. Yeah.
Okay. Number three. I got to think of that. No, I'm just kidding.
Since you already mentioned bleph, I'm going to say like a neck procedure.
Oh, yeah. I would agree with
neck
that.
liposuction.
Yeah, I think neck liposuction, deep neck contouring, things like that. But I think, one of I'd say the more popular procedures that are happening right now, and I think it's making kind of a comeback, I would say, is, chin liposuction or neck liposuction.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. I mean, the reason I like this is because a lot of people are self-conscious about their profile, right? And all they have is maybe a small bit of fat there. They notice it more in pictures. If you're the right age, right candidate, it can be transformative. And again, it's maybe a 30, 45-minute procedure in the office, very minimal downtime, very little risk, not painful. I can think of, honestly, non-surgical procedures that have more downtime and are more painful, just like radiofrequency treatment.
Oh yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Neck liposuction, again, if you're the right candidate and you have the right anatomy, is transformative. I mean, I think because it creates such a nice jawline, liposuction behind the jawline, it creates a very beautiful, elegant looking neck. And people, I think, are going away now from CoolSculpt and Kybella and those things that people thought were going to create this really beautiful neckline and just don't. I did a procedure the other day. We talked about it. Somebody had CoolSculpting and all it did was take the fat that she had and compress it. So she still had this like bubble down here. The neck lift procedure did a much better job for her. And again, it's in that realm. It's a little more invasive if you do a neck lift, but yes, definitely chin liposuction.
Yeah, I would say the thing about chin liposuction is it's much more controlled. You, as the surgeon, know what you're taking out. You can see what you're taking out. You can see the results pretty immediate after. And so I think that's a little bit more predictable than these other procedures like Kybella, CoolSculpt, those types of things. And so I think you get a little bit more, well, not a little bit, a lot more of a predictable and reasonable result and a little bit more of a precise result. And so I really like it. I think the other thing, just to kind of briefly mention, is that, a couple small incisions underneath the chin, behind the ear, they hide. I mean, most people don't even see them. They look fantastic. And yeah, I love it.
Little risk, very little down.
Super little risk.
I tell people a week of bruising and swelling, and it really doesn't even last that long, to be fair. It's usually less than that.
Definitely.
And we have lasers now to get rid of bruising. So if you got a big like blue purpley bruise, we can laser that thing if we catch it early. And it's usually not a big deal.
Definitely. All right. So to summarize, I would say little discrepancies, but I think overall we got the same idea. So chin implant, obviously for facial balancing and facial harmony. We've got upper blepharoplasty for just like eyelid refresh and just kind of make you have a nice, nice refreshed look. Yeah. Lip lift for the balancing procedures, and then neck contouring procedures, which I think are just like, people forget about those. Yeah. And I think 2024 is the year of the neck.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder who told you that. So the thing about these procedures, remember, is that there's always risks with cosmetic procedures, there's risks with surgery, but these always tend to look way more natural than non-surgical procedures like fillers. That's something I cannot emphasize enough. Yeah. If you're worried about looking fake, then go after surgery, not the non-surgical stuff.
Yeah.
If you're interested in any of these procedures, our information is below. We'd love to see you in consultation. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.